Draw is decent, it forces you out round 1. If round 3 is 7 cards or more, you just instant lose. Best Nilfgaard deck? Probably a single ball. Nothing really changed in Nilfgaard, right? It's probably the same thing as last season. This deck doesn't play the organic tutor. Unless I'm blind. Yeah, it doesn't play the organic tutor. So I want to have access to this later. I might not want to kick it now. I guess the question just is this hand good enough? I can kick the Pugo. I don't know, let's see. I think I'm maybe supposed to kick the Ritzak. I don't know how important it is that I find that card later. But we're gonna go Larva, Penitent, Boglet, and Drago Warrior. And then we'll see from there. Definitely want to have the Larva's melee because of how Uncreate Longship works. Don't ping this one, please. Similarly, I guess this is just gonna die immediately. I don't even need to use a consume on it. If I play the Nero round 1, I could have like a Neroed for Maruna. Maybe that was the line. Tried the TLG double ball dash list. No, I haven't. I didn't know that was a thing. $21-4 with it. Oh man. Sounds horrible, does it? It's surprised that it's ladder playable, but Seer Dash isn't a terrible card. You can protect it with formation. So yeah, I don't know how we win here. I think we needed to be a little more aggressive. Nero the Maruna. I could have Nero the Haunt and see what he does. If I Nero the Haunt, I'm forced to play one of the Noon Wraiths. I guess that's fine. We're just not about that anymore. The Haunt doesn't get ahead. If he passes, though, we just play Andrega Eggs and win. Yeah, sure.
Over my dead and cold body.
It also has the Isbell to abuse the Siri. That makes a lot of sense. there's a rush to consume it.
Women, children, elders, we spare none.
Favorite deck to play? It really depends. I wouldn't say that I have like a single favorite. It's kind of whatever I feel like playing at the time. I play so many different decks. I don't really play anything long enough.
Down on your knees and beg for mercy. I once lopped off 3 heads with 1 blow.
So what? The Telegraph's last card, Wild Boar. So we can do this. Use a charge here in Glosty. Hey, Pac-Man, thanks for the tier 1. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Enrique. Ugh. Am I dead to that? If I Karen, that's 6, 7, 8. Corinthia Karen. Use some number of charges. Save one. Don't think this is a Jotun game. Also not sure this is an Endrega Warrior game. I mean, I can go, like, Leader Detlaf. Or, yeah, and then consume it. The only bad draw is the Ritzak. We'll see what this is doing. Marina that.
I shall save all your resist the Jarl's will, and that's how we'll end you.
Tie to Hemdall. Eat Wild Boar. Cool. That was a weird one. I think I was supposed to Marina round 1. Harold was already gone. I think Hemdall for the tie was the best he could do. Markvarg did it too. If his deck had a Markvarg in it, yeah. I think. Markvarg might have tied. Alright, units that were boosted by 4, so Markvarg played for 10. I guess I'll just kick my round 3 combo cards. I don't know. Should I kick Noonwraith too? Yeah, he just didn't want to go to round 3 against rats, because he would lose the round 3 to rats. It makes sense. There was nothing wrong with his push. Maybe he could have stopped pushing a little bit earlier, but he was losing his card most of that round, I think, right? So, do I just yoink that? Oh. I'll do it. Bought the premium pass this time. What made me do that? Asian Mario gave me $10 and said buy the premium pass. So I bought the premium pass. I didn't have a choice. My hand was forced. Okay, Roche. So wait, how does this deck beat rats? I guess we do have to win round 1. That's, I guess, not the easiest thing ever. But assuming we can win round 1, what does he do? This is a lot of points.
Elves must die.
I can go a card down, right?
Bloody non-humans.
It's triple Commandos. I don't know. It's some kind of Commandos deck. Could be triple, could just be double, could be Draug. I guess it's sort of hard to get away from Draug. You can still Visigourd in this deck. I was gonna say it's hard to get away from Draug since you can't avoid Mere Visigourd anymore, but... you got leader charges. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I've no interest in politics.
No. Not gonna play Saber's deck. I'm sure it's good. I have no doubts that it's good.
These wicked mages have muddled your minds.
Hey, Artema. Okay, so 7 card round 3. You just rat him. Shadal's back. Is this a current deck? Or are you trying to retro me? These cards look great. Ah, yeah, that's definitely a chess deck. That makes a lot more sense than it being a Saber deck. Jez is all about the serious spell nonsense. Talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. Interesting. Shit, all fusion was my greatest enemy for a long time. Okay, so how does this deck work? My lead operator, I guess. The Anero can be... Anero needs to be for a finisher, right? It needs to be for Jotun or Glusty.
Not too shabby. Not shabby at all.
Spiral and Sky Striker are still around. I would have thought Spiral got banned out of existence. Spiral was the deck when I quit, like 2.5 years ago. Okay. Now I have to play Haunt if I want to get my procs. Zodiacs are gonna come back? Did they unban something? Or did they just get new support? Hero's still hanging around. Is it still just a Darklaw deck? Just Turbo Darklaw?
Left, right, left.
So my opponent might not be able to play cards, but the cards that they currently have in play are worth more points than the cards in my hand they're gonna be worth. I don't know how I feel about that. Darklaw doesn't even make the list. Ooh, what's the deck doing now? What do I do if he just Draugs me? Can kill off ones with Draug. Right, it's Darklaw, okay. Okay. Yeah, Darklaw was a silly, silly card. For a while, whenever you thought of cheese decks, Darklaw was the first thing that came to mind. I don't know how I beat this. Rats, rats. He has the rats. At least he's discarding his last 2 cards. That means something, right? Seriously singing the rat song? Is there another way to sing it? So we do this one, and then we get Jotun. Discarded 1 card. Rats, rats. Kinda close. Installed Duel Links like 10 minutes before starting the stream. I kinda want to get into that again.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
And by again, I mean sort of for the first time. I hadn't really played Duel Links in the past. Thoughts on Fruits post-Current Theory nerf? I'm sure it's still good. It just doesn't have those games where wins for free because it gets a red coin, current theory, ethereal in round 1. But the core of that deck is still strong. Guess this is a hand. Oh, good game, dude. Blue Wings deck? The fuck? There's Blue Wings now? I thought Duel Links saw the retro cards. What are they doing introducing cards I've never heard of into Duel Links? How much would I have to pay?
Reasons for the feeble of heart.
Yeah, for a full tier 1 deck. Let's say that's the way I wanted to go. To pinpoint exactly because pack RNG. Oh, right. The Steam reviews made it sound like it wasn't as bad as it used to be, but I don't know. 70 to 100. That's pretty rough. Basically, if you go first, you're able to draw your cards, you win. It depends from meta to meta. There's some metas that are really good and some that are absolute dog shit. Sounds like the current meta is absolute dog shit, if that's your experience. I think I actually have the deck link. Give me 1 second. Where is it? It's in one of these tabs. Wow. Yeah, like there have been some fast formats that were still pretty good, but yeah. The worst are when games are like 2 turns long, but they still take 20 minutes because turns are so long. I don't know if anyone was playing during Fusion Sub Zodiacs. Oh my. That was technically a format. Am I supposed to haunt round 1? Am I supposed to just haunt round 1? Have I ever faced Shinmiri? A couple times. We're not usually playing during the same time slot, so it's rare. Really? Wait, why did Steam tell me it wasn't too bad on the wallet? Oh man. These are some very rude reviews. Oh. So we win. That's exciting. I like winning. So good in Gourd. Is it? I agree the card's not bad. Is it that much better than the other options were? I'm looking for a bunch of stuff. Don't really need the eggs. That's fine. Two of a non-shoot version. I mean, I believe that. I believe the card's playable. I don't know about so good. What's it replacing? Is it downgrading a 5, or is he playing it over Marauder? Yeah, but Pyrotech at its worst is horrible. Do I take the turn to play Larva? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Nero has to get Karen Haunt. I don't know what I'm doing. Invoked Neos? What the fuck? I do like Black Wings.
To arms! All of yous! Women, children, elders. We spare none.
Seven for 4 minimum? It's not 7 for 4 minimum. It loses value on armor, it loses value when your opponent just has smaller units in play. And your opponent always has the window to play a unit before you get to click it. So they don't have a 1 in play when you click on it, or when you play it. They can put tokens in play before you get to click on your dude. Only play Shoop or Redea? Which one would you rather play overall? I mean, does it even need to be a hypothetical? There are decks that play Redea without Shoop, but I don't think there's any decks that play Shoop without Redea. Oh, spellbooks are meta? Oh, that's one of my favorites. I have no idea if this deck is viable. I've played 2 games with it.
These golden fields.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
Still beneath the sun.
Play the rats now. It doesn't fill, right? 1, 2, 3. Is it getting worse? I guess you could like Wild Boar me this turn, and the Ritzak gets worse. Oh, they killed them. Man. It's just the only way that it gets worse is if he kills 2 of them this turn. And it's not even getting that much worse.
Treason, turncoats, rats.
Yeah, so 1 died, whatever. It's like a break even. Rats, rats. He has the rats.
Not too shabby. Not shabby at all.
I guess if I... Okay, so if I didn't play a Noon Wraith, I'd still have the Haunt live. That's sort of relevant. Okay. I can't get champions charged. Assuming that I play monkey free. I'm sitting here for Haunt anyway. Still just worth more than the rest of these cards, right?
Do something. Anything.
Rats, rats. These are the rats.
grave error.
It worked. It worked. It worked. I've played with a fair number of Exodia at X2. 2012
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
Nationals. I actually played Exodia for that tournament. YCS Philly that same year too. It was the Dragon Draw engine, Super Rejuvenation. It was the 1 day of peace format, so you got to do some really disgusting, degenerate things, just like 1 day pass. Every deck that wasn't Rabbit just couldn't beat you. So you're playing matchup roulette, trying to dodge the Rabbit matchups. This is before like windups was really popular too. So you weren't too worried about getting hand looped yet. But you auto won against Insector and Dragon... Chaos Dragon, there we go. And we're like a 30-70 dog against Rabbit. Probably like 0-100 against windups, but windups was just a small percentage of the metagame, it didn't matter. Nah, Dragon Draw was actually busted. Considering how much matchup roulette was in that metagame, I do not regret playing Dragon Draw. I don't know what Kite Roid is, so no. Was this again a jam haunt round 1 game? I'm so not used to doing this. It feels so wrong. I can still do it. The game's lasting 2 turns, and you're like, yikes. There were some formats where the game effectively lasted 2 turns. And it wasn't the worst thing ever. Usually the better formats last a little bit longer, because of the way priority windows work in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, your turn... Like, you're not the only one that gets to play during your turn. As long as the opponent gets 1 turn to do something, you have to deal with a lot of interaction. The problem is when games are literally ending turn 1. Today's 2 turns, you're not playing a single card. Yeah.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Yikes. Oh wait, I ate that one already. Okay, well, here we are. Maybe not the correct play.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Your blood will warm my bones.
In URCG, is there a constraint on deck size? If there is, it's really big. You're not limited to 25 cards. You can play as many cards as you want. I don't think there's any limit at all. I mean, I could have tried to play Brookset earlier, but... Ooh, okay. So I get let out. This is 7... 8, 9, 10, 11, so I can just play Brookset and be fine. I was not expecting this to work. I thought he was gonna play one more card and we were gonna be dead. Hooray! Like the new Gerni and Trebuchet season theme? Sure? I don't know, I don't really care too much about cosmetic stuff. It's not really for me.
A fitting gift for our
Season's card backs look better to me. I don't even know which one's which. Thinking about deck size for the game you're designing. In Gwent's case, you feel as though if there were slightly fewer cards, there's someone adjusted accordingly, it would mean the game would be more predictable because you could more reliably get the hand you wanted. Yes. That is the downside of a smaller deck size. There's increased consistency. That can be viewed as a positive, though, as well.
Swiftly, my darling, dance.
Supposedly make the game more about skill? Not necessarily. Luck and skill aren't on the same axis. You can have a game that requires a lot of luck and has a lot of RNG that can still be very difficult to play and require a lot of skill to play optimally. I don't think I Glusty. It pains me to not Glusty, but I don't think we Glusty. Gotcha. I don't know them enough to say for sure. Probably, but I have no idea how difficult they are. Okay, well I'm Glustying that. If you're gonna give me the actual nut Glusty, I should probably take it, right? Does this game have to be about rats anymore? Fuck. But they're not even getting that big, right? Wait. Maybe it's actually bad. I think it's actually bad. That's crazy. You could decoy to put back operator, play it again with the Neuromancy. Yeah, but why would you want to? It's really slow and not worth points. So if I Ritsack now, 6 things, he currently has 8, goes to 14. 14. It could be 18 if everything rolls perfectly. No, it can never be 18 because they'll be odd. So I always do this. Now we fill his rows. And we win. It just feels so wrong to not take the Nut Glusty. I get that it wasn't correct, but it hurts. I'm always playing into Heatwave with something, whether it's the Glusty or it's the Jotun. Don't shit talk people in my chat, please.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
What could he do to win here? I don't know. Win round 1. Play one more card in round 1, push me around 2, and the game's over. My hand was bricked. I need to be kicking my round 3 cards. I think having a variety of viable factions with leaders helps with the variety. Yeah, and decks being inconsistent helps there be a variety of factions and leaders. Because when decks are fully consistent, then you end up with matchups where one deck wins every single time in a given matchup. Where if matchup spreads are closer to 60-40 because of that variance, you end up encouraging even slightly suboptimal decks because people are still able to win with them. Like, there's no easy solution. It's just about the balance that you want, the type of game you want to build. There's nothing wrong with games like chess that effectively have no variance in their starting positions. There's someone else in chat, apparently at the end of the stream. He went long and was taking a bunch of anxiety pills. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to him at some point after the stream. If you have any clips, it's a format, no face and mana to worry about. Just 900 IQ math. Yeah. What are my thoughts on this deck so far? I feel like we shouldn't have won a single game, but it's okay. It's okay. I feel like that with most of the decks that I play. Ow. Don't hate fan-based systems. Just think it's gotten a little old by now. Maybe. It's just a fundamentally different type of game, right? You can do different things with a mana or a face game than you can do with a Gwent-like game.
A highly curious case.
You sequence your cards is similar to a metagames curve. It's pretty different. It ends up being that you play your better cards later, but that's more due to the round system. And like once you get to round 3, all of that goes completely out the window.
Quite the menial task.
Cool. I mean, there being interaction, I don't know if I'd say makes it similar to a mana games curve. If you're gonna compare Gwent to a card game, I think you compare Gwent to Yu-Gi-Oh! They're sort of checked by the same types of things. In Gwent, you're limited by cards per turn. In Yu-Gi-Oh! You're limited by normal summons. In Gwent, your best cards don't want to be played because you're scared of what your opponent can do to counter your best cards. You're going to try to bait them out earlier so you can actually win the game with your good cards. Sort of the same idea in Gwent. Hey, Yellow Kaido. I don't know that we win this game, but I'm gonna try. What's this deck? Rats. What card in Gwent is most likely to be an E hero? Kahir. Not close. Kahir is basically Dark Law. One went a little long. Yeah. I think I don't want this Karen. Stormcrow of Gwent? It's Wolfpack, right? These aren't hard questions to answer. These are very set in stone answers. Favorite deck I've played this season? There is a real answer to that. There's one deck I really liked. Oh, I liked playing the cash deck in Speed Gwent. I don't know if that counts. Dwarfs was fun too. You will not regret this. It's the Gwent equivalent of the Yu-Gi-Oh show. Witcher 3. Again, not difficult. You guys need to come up with better questions. I don't think this works. This just doesn't even work, right? Just be like getting Maruna. For me, I enjoyed playing Dwarfs earlier this season. I don't know. Being cash was cool. I switch decks so much that I don't really get to have a bunch of favorites. Can I fill his range row? Does this deck play Heaver? Glusty. I don't think Glusty is winning. I think my win condition here is filling his ranged row. I'm not gonna have enough. Because I'm missing the Glusty. helping us? Not really. I mean, I guess I take the Glusty now. And then we... Ugh. Already played Helge. I'm not even ahead here. You already played Vilgefortz. So we eat this, play Jotun. I mean, I guess that's a way to win. Just have him be ripped to death. Okay. Why didn't I eat before Glusty? Because it's either Glusty points or it's Jotun points. I guess the Glusty is stupid. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Any last words?
It's impossible with the sync. Because what, 5 turns after Judgment Dragon attacks, doesn't it mill you for 20? And you already had enough Lightsworn in your graveyard to play Judgment Dragon? You're definitely dead by then. Not to mention just like pay for JD, attack you, pay for JD, attack you, pay for JD, attack you. We'll just kill you anyway. Well before the swordsman do its job. I don't have a larva. Yoink, mine now.
Shame, I must kill you.
But why is swordsman resistant land? That doesn't make sense. Why not just play like Exiled Force? I have my cards warriors. Oh wait, I need soldiers, not warriors. That's the wrong tag. Whoops. I'm a monkey. I realized that way too late. Okay, the important part of this wasn't trying to activate it. Hey, Mustang! Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is this deck available? This is the list we're playing, if that's what you're asking. So he's playing Revenants. That makes it a little harder to get him with rats. This is Redrame's deck. That's probably why Redrame was playing it. He gets a long round. That might just be all he cares about. I don't know.
Protect the queen.
Forgot that was there. Thanks. Like, he might just Visigoda me in round 3. I don't know how effectively I can deal with the Visigoda.
Treacherous witch!
No, Visigoda is the card that gains a charge every time a player plays a card for 3 for 8. And boosts by 1 for each charge. Hey, balloon flowers. Okay, well, we're up 2 cards. Which, I mean, isn't really that relevant, because we're trying to make our opponent discard their last cards, but I guess I'll take it. Do I keep this? I could kick the Penitent. This is fine. It's the Gwent man. Oh, I guess I should have saw that coming. He did play an actual Trebuchet.
There are things in the universe of which even the sages have not dreamt.
Still beneath the sun.
Yu-Gi-Oh lists. Yeah, I just can't beat this Revenant anyway. I need the... Huh. I also can't beat this card. Just not on the board fill plan. Weird. More 1s on the board. Ripping into the wrong row.
The truth is absolute.
You can think the rats with the ballistas too. Trebuchet gets filled. Guess I'll do this. Make him rip himself. The fuck? Okay. That's fine. It's not really a card. So he's got one zone left. It's a pretty good card. It's really close. Ugh. Revenant and Ballista make it really hard. I think I needed to pivot. Any YouTube ad revenue.
You shall die, world.
Probably post clips to Reddit. I don't really want to. I don't want to deal with the Reddit crowd. I'm okay with YouTube and Twitch being my discoverability platforms. Oh, hey. Yeah, you can sometimes see that. Like, we can go Larva, Haunt, and that should win round one.
No audiences. Start today.
I don't know if it's fair to lump all of Reddit there, but certainly the bigger a subreddit gets, the worse it gets in that regard. The Gwent subreddit used to be really good. I don't know what happened over the last, like, year and a half, 2 years. I guess it got bigger. Maybe. I don't know if it even got bigger. Like, the number of subscribers increased, but I don't know if activities increased substantially. Nah, Gwent still doesn't really appeal to card game players, does it? Like, the EVE Online subreddit, I mean, at least it used to be when I played. It was an incredible subreddit. Can't say for sure if it still is. I don't know why it would have changed. Path of Exile used to have a great subreddit, though my understanding is that's gone downhill a bit.
Such a shame I must kill you.
Fuck. Does number flow Gwent, how limited the deck building parameters are? That's fair. Don't like the flow mean? Like the like the play a card, your turn's basically done. The one at a time, back and forth. Some people see it as a positive, but definitely could be seen as a negative.
Silence.
Yeah, the aesthetics of it too, sure. I don't know if it's a lot more important to conserve and think about resources. It's just a different type of resource system. It's important in both games. You're playing Redrame's Rats deck. Yeah, occasionally your opponent presses the pass button, and you get to win the game for free. But hopefully he's not a Visopile. I don't know if we necessarily free win against Visopile.
Awaiting your orders.
Okay. So Nero wants me for Jotun.
My great-granddaughter will do.
Quiet on the sword! Bows raised!
The heat I cannot bear.
Let me use this frigate. Does that even matter? And like if he doesn't, then maybe we're just delaying our rats for no reason.
Still beneath the sun.
Will you banish us like you did Varaxis, father?
The heat I cannot bear.
It's like Saber's version. I mean, these are all pretty normal cards to play in an NR deck.
On guard! A duel! To a duel I challenge thee!
So I can't quite fill yet. Just short. While front row, just in case I Dragon Warrior. I don't think it makes too much of a difference either way.
Halt! Who goes there?
Rats! Rats! We filled him with rats. If I do this, I can at least consume this. I'm probably gonna consume both of these and then just play Jotun next turn. See what he does. So this is getting scary. Meh. Got last say. Not really sure what he can do. Scorch. Well, guess. Like, he's got Ana points. He can boost some of the rats out of my Glusty. That works. Okay. That lets him play Baron. Board. He dueled with Prince. I think we're short. Nope, we're not. We're not. To win a game with only 4P cards, or you just hope your opponent concedes in casual. Yeah, like those are.
Any last words?
Maybe if there was like a single player mode, you could try to get those achievements in. It might make sense. But I don't think that those kind of achievements have any place in a multiplayer card game. There's so many arena contracts. Well, that's fine. It's encouragement to play the arena mode. Half seem impossible. Oh, well, that I don't know about. Maybe. We can look at the contracts for arena after this game. I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, my problem here is the big minority of contracts. I'm sure. It's just some contracts existing leads to more non-games.
When the White Frost comes, the world will at last be cleansed.
There's let this die to Frost. Deck we are currently playing should be this. No, sad 50-50. Well, there's different roles for different contracts, right? Some of them are just to give players something to do other than grind the ladder. Have a little of diversity in gameplay. But some are just for progression. I mean, it's working pretty well, like an hour ago. The games we're losing aren't really... We're losing because of the lack of surprise value. Like last game we drew no Noon Wraiths, and we lost. If we had Noon Wraiths in our hand, that was an easy win. Yeah, I have no plans on going to pro rank anytime soon. Yeah, like what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're 12 and 6 right now, with 2 of those losses being just bricking. At least 2 of those losses. Down. It's fine. Our opponent's gonna be like 4 cards down. So they're going to discard a lot of cards in round 3. Not when I don't draw any Noon Wraiths. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Whatever. We're good. Brewis gone. I guess you can renew Brewis. That's a little annoying. That could potentially free up row space. Here's Ritzek. I want another Noon Wraith. Missing Jotun. I have Haunt. Maybe fine. I want to play this. No, I can do this now. Delay the Noon Wraiths for 1 turn. I have not played Dark Souls now. I made the lore bot myself. I guess with the Indrag eggs, I didn't need the Haunt early. Actually, just no reason for it. I missed this in my hand. I thought I had to play the Haunt before one of the Noon Wraiths. I did hear about it, yeah. Interpretive dance for you. I don't know. Just not very inspired to do an interpretive dance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just reworking them. So they were changing the names as well. And they'll just change the contract too. chance. Yeah, of course. Just like there was a chance that I would sing at some point. What's my favorite Pokemon? Huh. That's a good question. What is my favorite Pokemon?
They shall not be
Am I a Poke fan? I wouldn't go that far. That sounds fanatical. It's gotta be a tortoise one. I do like the turtle starter. I didn't really play that generation though. Squirtle, I guess, sort of a turtle. It's not a tortoise. Played the Witcher games. I played Witcher 3 on stream. Isn't the best generation? This is what, like Gen 4? Rats! Rats! He's discarding cards. Hey, Bartzik. How you doing? See, who cares about going a card down? Your opponent's gonna discard 3 cards. So what I do this, do this. Use devotion. Don't think there was a monsters card he could have there.